Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Bronson. And this movie came out in 2008, and it's directed by Nicholas Winding Refn, and it stars Tom Hardy. And Nicholas Winding Refn, I like him. I've seen a couple of his movies before, those being Drive and The Neon Demon. I really love Drive. I think that's an excellent movie that everyone should watch, and I'm pretty sure you all have at this point. The Neon Demon, there were aspects that I appreciated about it, and I did like it overall, but it wasn't a film that connected with me super well. But this one is a film that really connected with me, and I just loved what it was going for. I love Tom Hardy. I thought he did a great job in this film, and he plays a character who's basically almost insane, and just they add a lot of dark comedy to the film because, in a way, it's kind of difficult to keep the average person entertained with a character like this unless you have some sort of a satirical element to it. And there are plenty of moments where it's really funny, and at the very least, I interpret it as being comedic, like with dark comedy. And I feel as though that's added to the pacing and to the storytelling, and overall, that's really what I got out of this movie, was kind of a dark comedy, but also kind of a character study that was very well realized and written. And I do think this movie is very well shot, and I do like how the prison scenes are depicted visually as opposed to the non-prison scenes. I just felt as though there were things to pick up on just visually at the very least. I'm not going to say what those are because I don't want to spoil too much, even though there isn't really a whole lot that you could spoil about this movie. But at the same time, I do feel as though there's plenty about this movie that would work if you just watch it, and the experience is something that will be enjoyable to you. The violence in this movie was well handled, and it didn't once feel as though it was like something you would find in a Saw movie. It was never distracting, and it was well depicted. I liked it. And there was one scene in this movie where I'm not going to spoil anything, but I was reminded a little bit of A Clockwork Orange, just briefly, in a very specific way. This movie also had a pretty small budget, from my understanding. It was less than $250,000, and I do think it looks better than that. I do feel as though they do a great job with that money. And this movie is very short. It's like an hour and a half, and it just flies by for me. I never once felt the runtime at all, and I was always with it. I always wanted to see where our main character, Charlie Bronson, was going to go, and the directions that they take this character was very interesting to me. And this movie is based on a true story and a real person. I have no idea how accurate it is, if it took creative liberties or not, but I can imagine some creative decisions being made in this film, and I have a feeling I know what some of them might be, but I have no idea. I also enjoyed the narration aspect of this movie, and how it's presented, and how our main character is basically a comedian, and how that's depicted in the story. And it's mostly used in the first half of the movie, and not really in the second half. I do feel as though it was like kind of absent in that second half. And that's kind of where my issues with this movie kind of start. One of them being with some lines that are a little cliched. I was like, that didn't really need to be there. And also, there was a song that was used in this movie. It was used 3 times, and 2 out of the 3 times I felt as though it didn't need to be there. And it was also used in a scene that didn't need to be in the movie at all. And it was just a brief scene. I don't even know why it was there in the first place. But I could think of the movie a bit differently once I revisit it, because I do want to revisit this movie. But for now, I just found it to be a little distracting in one specific scene. And the lighting in this movie, I wasn't huge on it being overexposed at certain points in this film, and I just found that to be kind of distracting. And overall, I just really enjoyed this movie. It was a great character study that I just got a lot out of, and I do feel as though there might be some more things to pick up on a second watch. We'll see how that turns out, but I really love this movie and would totally rewatch it. I would highly recommend that you check it out, and it's on HBO Max. There's a way to watch it, and also some other streaming platforms as well, but that's where I saw it, so Definitely check this movie out whenever you get the chance, and with all that being said, I'm going to give Bronson a 9 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Bronson, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for The World Is Not Enough. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.